Positive Spin, presenting positive, innovative, and solution-oriented news from around the world. On today's program, we see a young Syrian refugee adjust to his new life in Germany. And we'll hear a music video, Where There Is Love, from Playing for Change. Then we'll experience a celebration of the 50th anniversary of San Francisco's legendary Human Being. And we'll learn how a man from Japan has created an innovative way to turn plastic into oil. Finally, we'll hear a personal message of peace from actress Lucy Arnaz. When he was 13, Mustafa survived a dangerous journey across the Mediterranean with his mother. A year later, he settled in Germany, where he's adjusting to a completely new life away from his father and sister. I used to wonder what Germany would be like. How would they receive us? Where would we go? What would happen to us? My name is Mustafa. I'm 14 and I'm from Syria. My life's good now. I'm happy. I feel safe. But my father is in Iraq. One of my sisters is in Syria, also far away from me. I always wish they were here. Why did we have to be separated? I have friends and go to school. I'm in class with refugees. But at recess, I talk with the Germans. And I tell my friends, if we speak German amongst ourselves, we'll learn quicker. The Germans ask me who I am and where I'm from. It's their right to. If you were in their place and foreigners came to your country, you'd ask why. Maybe you'd think they'll come here and blow themselves up. You wouldn't know what could happen. So they're scared. They're very scared of that. I tell them I come from Syria because there's a war there. There were people just like you. God put us on this earth, but it doesn't just belong to you. It's not just yours, it's everyone's. It doesn't belong to only one or two countries, it's everyone's.
The following Playing for Change music video, entitled Where There Is Love, celebrates the diverse cultures and talents in Dayton, Ohio. This project supports the nationally recognized initiative, Welcome Dayton, Immigrant-Friendly City, a plan that seeks to bridge communication barriers and cultural differences throughout the city. The goal of the video's producer, Playing for Change, is to connect the world through music.
Where there is love, where there is love, where there is love, let love be. And where there is hate, where there is hate, where there is hate, let love grow.
Where there is fear, let love shine.
Lo dejamos crecer.
So where there's love, let love be and let it be lovely. Regardless how this world can get ugly. They can create laws, but I refuse to let them budge me. I stand firm with the earth beneath my feet and the sky above me, knowing only one can judge me. For love's free, it is intangible. It dwells in the land of the unseen. It's like when two people meant to live under one dream, like two dying stars combining to shine brighter than the sun's beam, like conjoining rivers to flow with the power of one stream.
Where there is love. Where there is love. Where there is love, let love be. And where there is,
Donde hay rencor,
where there is,
donde hay rencor,
where there is hate, let love grow.
let love
Is that okay?
Hello, Bill. I'm here in front of the Gray Area Theater, the site of the celebration of the 50th anniversary of The Human Being, the event that launched the legendary Summer of Love. I was honored to interview both people who were there at the BN in 1967, as well as the younger generation who are continuing to carry on the positive values of those times. And for another one of those only at the Human Being moments,
You know, I was here. I was at the Human Being. What was it? 1967. 50 years ago. I was definitely there. It was fabulous, and I'm so happy that they're doing it again, and that spirit still lives on here.
well, what was the spirit? What was the magic then?
You know, I think it was just being together and being, you know, free and dancing to the music and being so free and dancing like we did. And we were flower children. You know, we weren't hippies yet at the Human Being. We were still flower children, and that's how we saw ourselves, you know. And so it was just the spirit of the whole thing.
Actually, when the first being happened, I'd already worked for him for a year. It was 66 to 68, and we were in the front row at the first Human Being. It was so cool.
I wasn't a very good guitar player before I took LSD, and when I took LSD, in about 6 months, everything changed. All of a sudden, I just all was caught on fire, and the guitar started playing itself. It was just the nature of having such a big bulk of group consciousness and everybody connected.
when you're at an event like this, what's amazing is it's a mix of people who are there and then people who are inspired by it. That's when you can really do the most with history, when you have people there who are touched by it and people who are inspired by it. And that's what's really inspiring about tonight.
Ashbury is the most magical place inside the world. It changed the world 50 years ago, and we're trying to change it for the better for the next 50 years.
I got very involved in the psychedelic culture and started to live the free clinic spirit. I've actually got the term free from the Diggers, Peter Coyote.
So this is really important right now in San Francisco and United States. This is the love revolution going on, the summer of love. So that's what we need now more than ever with this stuff is going on. I'm not going to name anyone. This is all good vibes, all positive, all loving, caring. This is what we need on the planet right now.
This is about bringing people together in the spirit of peace and unity, love and understanding, and make it all happen and have a great event.
The world is going in a very low way, you know. Everyone has to find love because love is the only, I mean, really serious. Love is the maker of the universe, you know.
What's different about this generation is where the 60s, they had this like burst of consciousness, but they didn't have the infrastructure to sustain it and create a thriving world with it. But it was like a catalyst, and then it kind of fizzled out, and there was so much divide of like new consciousness versus old paradigm. But now there's so many more people and so much more technology and consciousness about it, so it feels like it's grounded.
In some respects, I feel it's our responsibility, me and you, to carry this on. It'd be easy not to look back. We got to keep building the energy out here around the 50th anniversary to show people care. I think a lot of people want to either not take it seriously or dismiss it, but we have a unique opportunity here to keep the energy, to keep building the crowds of people interested in it, celebrate all the positive things that happened, recognize the historical importance of what happened after January 14th, 1967, and make sure people know we know why it's important. And that's that's what we all have to do as individuals and as a collective.
If you can change yourself, you can change the world. We need to shift our attitudes and really put love in our community and everyone as equals. And once we do that, we're going to be okay. But we really have to solve some problems, and it's about caring about your community.
What can we do? I think it's really like asking your soul, taking time to get quiet and saying, what is it that brings me alive? And can I do that? Can I bring my joy and my purpose to this earth, knowing that there's something for me here to do? And that's all we're here to do is like be in our highest joy and our most authentic expression of our soul. That's it.
It's time for us to turn this world around. And the only way you can do it is if you let it shine.
Let it shine. Right on, brother.
And through the arts, we can talk to the world.
We've got to spread the love around and let people know that it's not all gone, you know? I think people have become so involved in machines until they've lost the connection with one another.
Now, share love.
Keep sharing, keep speaking up, keep going to the streets, keep creating, keep being you, and just reveal your true self. So don't be afraid of just being you.
It's been just a pleasure. I'm so looking forward to the year of the summer of love. I can't wait. And this is my first event, and it's been a wonderful rededication to the principles of hippiedom in this terrifying age of the Trumpster.
It's a timeless, infinite, long arc.
Yeah.
And love, love, love.
If love is infinite, there's no shortage.
The summer of unconditional love.
There you go. One of our biggest fans. Thank
I
you.
love that idea. The idea of unconditional love has to be understood. You know, that's the love we're talking about.
We've got a lot of work to do ahead, but people are very ready to evolve.
Join us again next month when we will feature a presentation on the celebration of the 50th anniversary of the Beatles' historic All You Need Is Love global broadcast.
In Positive Spin's ongoing effort to promote innovations to solve the world's problems, we discovered a Japanese man who's created an invention to turn the world's environmental problem of plastic waste into oil. As a child, I enjoyed playing in nature. I didn't care about the environment. But since I came here and had my own children, the places where I used to play as a child have disappeared. So I wanted to do something about that. From 2000, there was talk of global warming. Also in Japan, there's very little space for garbage. Elsewhere in the world, there are few places to dispose of garbage, and the effects of trash can be very, very bad. So by using Japanese technology, we thought we could convert plastic back into oil. It's made from oil, so it's probably not very difficult to convert it back. That's how we started. This is the oil conversion machine. I've just removed the lid. We put the plastic in here. This is the plastic ingredients that makes the oil. The good point of the small machine is you don't have to break down the trash. You just put it in. It's then easy to understand that it turns into oil. So I'll turn it on. The temperature will begin to rise. Plastics will begin to melt and become a liquid. After the liquid boils, the gas passes through here and enters here. And is tap water. The water cools the gas. The gas then turns into oil. The oil is okay to burn as is. You can further process it to make gasoline, diesel, and kerosene. If you separate the oil, then you can use it for a car, motorbike, generator, boiler, and stove. You can use it in the same way as regular oil. From 1 kilogram of plastic, you can make about 1 liter of oil. If you burn 1 kilogram of plastic, it turns into 3 kilograms of CO2. Using electricity and heat, we can return it to oil and reduce about 80% of the CO2 emissions. Even in developed countries, garbage is scattered by the uncaring people. In developing countries, even if they care, they don't know how. And so I take the machine there and teach them. This is the only machine that can be transported by plane. We take it to Africa, to the Philippines, or the Marshall Islands. And with the children there, we collect garbage and make oil. People begin to see that this is not garbage. This plastic waste, this bottle cap, this lunch container is oil. So when a child understands this, the garbage gets cleaned up. People don't know that the garbage is oil. That's why they're throwing it away. If they know that it becomes oil, then they'll collect it. It's an oil field, a plastic oil field. In Japan, we use oil that travels great distances. From Iraq, Iran, and Saudi Arabia. It's purified in the refinery. We go and buy it at a gas station. The CO2 footprint is very high. If we turned our plastic garbage back into oil, then the total CO2 emissions could be much lower. The whole world were to start doing this, the amount of CO2 would decrease dramatically. It's a waste, isn't it? It's a treasure. In our final segment, we feature a personal message of peace from actress, singer, and producer Lucy Arnaz. So please, if you could just tell us what peace means to you, or what the importance of peace is in the world.
The first thing I always think of when I think about people trying to create peace is that they try to create it out there as if it doesn't come from inside. And I think the only way that there's ever going to be peace in the whole world is when we all learn to have peace within ourselves. To be at peace, to be without conflict, to not be at war. That's the definition of peace in the dictionary. You know, the opposite of war. Tranquil, calm. But if we don't know how to do that for ourselves, I don't think we can ever send the energy out to stop war and to stop conflict in the rest of the globe. So I try to just do what I know how to do within my own life, like literally starting with myself. Why am I so hard on myself? Why am I so violent sometimes with my reactions to things? Why can't I be kinder? There's so many things that we can't control on the planet, and the only thing that we can control is our reaction to it. So when we're kinder to ourselves, we can be kinder to the person next to us. And, you know, Gandhi said it, didn't he? He said, you have to be the change you want to see in the world. So it starts within. David Friedman, wonderful songwriter, wrote a great song a few years ago called We Can Be Kind. And that's exactly what it was. It was like when you can't do anything else, when you just feel completely powerless, we can be kind. We can take care of each other. We're all the same, you know, the people here, the people in Manila, the people in London, the people in Syria, the ISIS children who are being taught to hate. We're all the same. Blacks, the whites, the Asians, everybody's the same. You cut your wrist, we all bleed the same color blood. We live on one planet. We can get anywhere on a flight. It's not the kind of world it used to be hundreds of years ago. We have to get along. We must get along. Because so far as I know, no other planet has hotels yet. And I don't know where we're going to go if we screw this one up. So I guess I say that how we make peace in the world is to have a lot of forgiveness in our heart, forgive ourselves for not being perfect, and forgive other people for coming up short of our expectations. And every day you start again. You wake up and you go, this is the best day ever, and try to be nice to people. I have to stop talking for a minute so I can think.
Well, that's our show for today. We hope this program has inspired you to take action in your local community to create a better world. I'm Bill McCarthy.
And I'm Jack Hernandez.
And from San Francisco, I'm Evan Hirsch.
And we want to remind you that everyone can make a difference. Go out and make some
positive news. Bye.
got the feeling, got the feeling, got the feeling of love. Got the feeling, we've all got the feeling of love. Love is arising in San Francisco today. Love is arising across the USA. Love is arising, 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 love is arising all over the world. Got the feeling, got the feeling, got the feeling of love. Got the feeling, we've all got the feeling of love. Come together, come together, come together, we can turn it around. I know we can do it, with love we can do it. We can turn the whole world around. Thank you very much.